Hi there, it's Riiko Kovasin here with another video. This time I'm making two cards using Paper Artsy stamp set. The stamp set is from the Scrap Cozy collection and it's called ESC31. First I'm stamping the tulips using a black archival ink. I'm stamping two of the single ones and then one of the bunch of tulips, but in the end I end up using just one of the single ones because when I'm coloring the other one I don't like how it turns out, so better to use the just one that was okay and then the bunch. I also stamped the smaller sentiment that's in the set. That's kind of part of a sentiment, but I'm adding the beginning of that in another way. You can see that a little bit later. Now when I have my stamped elements done, it's time to add some color to the background as well. For that I'm using the Paper Artsy acrylic paints, Fresco Finish they're called, and I'm doing the other card yellow and the other one pinkish. So the other one has banana and butter acrylic paints and the other one prawn and toffee apple. I'm just using a brayer to add those to the cardstock. Next I'm then coloring the images. I've sped this part up quite a lot so you can actually see how I color, but it doesn't take minutes and minutes. As you can see, I'm starting kind of with the darker tones with the shadow parts and add those first and then come in with lighter colors. The markers I'm using are just kids brush tip markers, so they are not that fancy, but I like them and you can still create this dimensional look with it. As a finishing touch for the coloring, I'm then adding some white dots using a Posca marker. I don't have any rhyme or reason why I'm doing this, it just looks nice. I then use the same markers to add some colors to the backgrounds. I'm using this circle kind of stencil to add some circles to the background, and then I'm using the markers also to make splashes. I color to my craft sheet and then pick up the color with a wet brush and flick it to my card. I also add some of those white dots to the background that are visible in the flowers as well. Then I cut the flowers loose to be added on top. As a kind of finishing touch, I'm then adding a small narrow frame around the focal area using the same marker. As this has two dips, I'm using the narrow point for this one. And I'm adding some scribbles for the yellow one, kind of making a background for the single tulip because otherwise it looks a little bit bare. Then I use foam tape to add here the flowers in place and also those sentiments. To highlight the sentiments more before adding them, I'm going over with the marker, kind of inking the edge, but using just the brush tip of the marker instead. Now that the cards are almost done, I'm mounting them on top of solid colored cardstock pieces, kind of making a little frame this way, and then I'm mounting them on top just white card bases. As a finishing touch, I then add that one word that's missing from the sentiment, and that I made using a Dymo Junior, so it's a little like detail of color to each card still. And here they are, the finished two cards. There's still some detail shots coming. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please consider subscribing. Thank you. I'll be seeing you again. Bye!